friends. Thank you so much for tuning into Radio Karishma. This is your host and host, Karishma, ready with a very, very special interview tonight. As you all know by now that Radio Karishma is a proud media partner with Indie Meme's first film festival in Austin. And this film festival is going to be happening from 15th of April till 17th of April. So mark your calendars first of all with that. One of the officially selected film in Indie Meme's film festival is called Utopia. Now, Utopia is a highly critically acclaimed film and was actually an official entry from Afghanistan to Academy and the Golden Globe Award. Right now, we are happy and glad to have Utopia's director, Mr. Hassan Nazer, with us on the airwaves of Radio Karishma, and he'll be talking to us and telling us more about the film. And before I take him on the air, I would like to give you a small introduction to Mr. Hassan Nazer. He is originally from Iran and he lives in Scotland, UK, has made 4 feature films so far. So let's welcome Mr. Hassan Nazer on the airwaves of Radio Karishma. Hassan Nazer all the way from London right now, and it's a great pleasure talking to you, Hassan. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you for your time, and really happy to get involved with yourself, and I'm really excited to come in USA. That's the first time with this movie I'm coming, so quite exciting.
Utopia is the official entry in Indie Meme Film Festival that is going to be happening in Austin in mid-April, and we are looking forward to see you in person and, answering some questions and analysis for the movie. And the movie Utopia, as we have seen and we've been talking as well before that, has received great critical acclaim all over the world wherever you have shown this film. So how many festivals have you covered before this, Hassan?
Yeah, sure. With Utopia, we covered almost more than 22 or 23 festivals. I think we have a few to go as well. And we had really great response from people because Utopia is quite an international movie. The story is international, and so many people is getting involved in this story. So many different cultures, and even the language is getting involved, and that's why we get really good response from the people from people in festival. And when we go to some festival, we can feel people heard about the movie from previous festival. So that's quite good for us. When we represent a movie in the festival.
I was looking at the trailer of the film, and it's very international, very global, because you have actors from Britain, you have actors from Afghanistan, then you have actors from India you've worked with. So have you done something like this before, or this was your first international project working with, when I say international, working with international actors?
Actually, this project is my fourth feature film, and this particular movie, which there was more than 17 different nations was involved in there. We had so many people speaking different language in there. But we had to communicate with each other to understanding each other because of the concept of the movie, and for me it was really exciting to come and make a film, which made people of different part of the world involved, and different culture and different language involved. For me, it was a challenge. It was quite hard. I don't say it was fun, but it was quite hard to make this movie. And on end, I think everything is paid off because of the review we had from all these festivals we participate, and was quite challenging for me to get involved with different people, like people from Afghanistan. But I'm originally from Iran myself. I'm quite. I have similar cultural with Afghani people, and because I'm actually immigrant myself, and I live in Scotland. I'm resident in Scotland more than 15 years now. Okay. Actually 17 years now. I know the culture over here as well, and the reason I get involved in this movie I think that was my particular situation because I get involved in this movie because I know the culture of Afghanistan and I know the culture of the West country, and the story is about this three different episodes in the film, which they're talking about the cultural and the language and what's happening in the world at the moment, and we can put all this together and we make the Utopia, which the story is talking about.
So Utopia is like in a perfect world. So you're trying to create that through this cinema.
Yeah. As you know, Utopia is an international word.
Yes.
And everywhere is the same. Doesn't matter if you're from Afghanistan, from Iran, from UK, from USA. Everywhere in the world, Utopia is the same meaning.
Correct.
So we are talking about Utopia.
Yes.
We're trying to make perfect world in the film. That's why we get so many different people involved, and there's so many different language, different cultural, So, and that was one of the most important part of the movie.
How did this idea come to you? How did you find the story?
So, the idea was quite interesting as well. Actually, the writer of this movie, originally he's from Iran.
Okay.
And he was, I think he was involved with one of my previous movies. He's quite a well-known actor in Iran. His name is Mr. Amir Aghaee. He's a quite a well-known actor. And he told me about the synopsis, about something, he's thinking about to bring it into the paper mix, and make a film. So as soon as I hear the story from him, I feel like this is something I was looking for it from a long time. I wanted to make this movie.
Okay.
So and when he was telling me about this story, I could imagine the picture in my mind.
Correct.
So
you could connect with it. Yes.
Yeah. When he told me about this story, I told him I need to make this film. He said to me, I'm perfectly fine because we write for something, we write for making, so you can make it. Immediately after, I put this script to some companies, and eventually there's a Afghanistan company named Media Productions. They picked up the script and they really liked it because the story is, I don't say in benefit of it in Afghanistan. The story is covering so much concept in Afghanistan because they're covering so much in Afghanistan. They really interested to make this movie because all these movies we see from Afghanistan, they're all the same. They're all talking about the same subject. And there is nothing new. They keep. I don't want to use this word. They're copying each other, but they're all talking about the one matter. They just keep following each other.
Correct.
But this Utopia, there was quite wider subject and wider concept. So that's why they were really interested, and I tried to approach them, so to take over this production because really good for Afghanistan to have this kind of a story on board because always we've seen the same things in Afghanistan, and I think it's quite succeed. That was one of the key which Utopia is succeed.
So tell me something, since that the backdrop of this story, a big part of the story is in Afghanistan. Did you shoot in Afghanistan actually?
Yes. So when I signed a contract with production company, I told them if we want to make this movie, everything should happen on original location.
Okay.
So they were telling me, even Afghani people, they no shoot in Afghanistan. They go to different countries.
Correct.
They just,
because of the situation there. Correct.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, because of the situation, security, and they don't do it. I told them, I will not make this movie if I want to shoot somewhere else. I would make different subjects. So I will adopt the story to something else. But if I want to make this movie, I will need to film in Afghanistan. So there was quite hard decision, for them. So, but eventually, they come up with a good idea, and actually they covered the security, everything, and all the location should be happen. There was in the script in Afghanistan, shot in Afghanistan.
Wow. So you were
Yeah,
pretty stubborn. You're adamant. You just put your foot down.
yeah, to be honest, I'm telling you, sometimes the security was bigger than our crew.
I
So
can imagine.
some location we were filming, which is really hard even to take women, in some location. We had a part in the film was a bird market. In the bird market in Afghanistan, there is no woman. There's no
Oh my
woman
God.
going to bird market.
Mm-hmm.
So what we took our access in there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I was watching the behind the scene. I wasn't thinking at the time when I was filming over there. But
Mm-hmm.
when I watched in the behind the scene, I thought, what could it be happen at the time?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
I seen security everywhere. From the top and down, they had a gun in front of us. So everybody looking at us. We didn't know what we are doing. Because we were thinking about the film. We want to finish the film. We were not thinking about our life.
Would you like to share some interesting incident that happened during the filming of the film in Afghanistan?
To be honest, in Afghanistan we had a bit of problem.
Mm-hmm.
with official in there. So because in the third world, country is know everything in order. When you get permission from one party,
Mm-hmm.
other party can interrupt you. So it's no like everything is in the proper rules. So we were I think filming in Mazar Sharif,
Mm-hmm.
in the airport. Which is even in the West we can go in the airport. To film.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to get the permission to go in the airport, actually inside the plane.
Correct.
People
Mm-hmm.
people inside as a passenger. So we
Mm-hmm.
use people inside as a passenger as a part of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to make sure everything is real happening. It's kind of because Utopia is some documentary style film. Everything is like a camera is a handheld. We want to show the real feel of the Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember we were filming in there, and there was a family came to me and he said to me, hey, you filmed my family. I said, sorry, I didn't film your family. We were our camera.
Uh-huh.
We used the camera shot on left hand side. So where you're sitting on right hand side. He said, no, I seen the cameras coming to the plane. I said, yes, the camera's coming, but the power was off. So we don't have you in the picture. So if we have you in the picture later on, if we want to release the film, if we don't have a permission from you, you can sue us or something. They wouldn't understand. He said to me, either you give me your camera or either I'm going to kill you. I said, it doesn't matter. If you want to kill me, you can kill me. But we're not going to give you a camera. So we had the marshal in the plane. They came up and he said to me, I'm the plane marshal. So and what's the problem? I said, the problem is we have a permission to film in there,
Mm-hmm.
and we have permission actually from the airline company, from the security, everything. And he said, if you have a permission, you don't have a permission from me. I said, I didn't know. We have to get the permission from you. We got permission from security,
Uh-huh.
from the airline company, everything. So it was quite, stressful for us over there, and we had to work, with each other, make sure there's nothing happen, to our crew, And another thing, maybe I can tell you a little bit. Sometimes we plan. When you're making film, you plan.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days before when you want to film in the city. But in Afghanistan, we couldn't plan.
Uh-huh.
We planned to go to film in bird market, but we changed our plan, to film somewhere else because of the security. They were telling us, don't tell, you want to film at the one location on certain, time of the days,
Wow.
So that was quite stressful for us.
Well, in the end, the hard work paid off, and your movie's being appreciated all over the world. And we can't wait to see it here. After listening about the making of the film, I so want to see the film even more now.
Yeah, the making of the film. To be honest, I have lots of different interesting story. We had the crew in India, which almost I think there was 200 people. There was our crew, and we had a jail scene, and we were trying to, go to the jail. But in India, usually you're not allowed to go in the jail, And I really wanted to go to jail because the jail was is a part of, the main part of our movie. So we had to build a jail, and we built a jail. And after that jail scene, we had the river scene. We had to go to the river, and we were looking for the river over there because of, in India is everything in this work perfectly fine. We were looking for a river to shot the scene, and we went inside the river, and everything was fine, perfectly fine. I was feeling there was something wrong with this river. We are filming inside. Somebody they're not giving us proper information because actually, as a director myself, I had my main actress in the water, and I didn't want it. She's feeling lonely in the water. So I actually went in the water myself, and because that thing's supposed to be filmed in this video somewhere, but we decided to shot in the real location. So we find this river. We went inside the river, and when everything is finished, somebody came to me and he said to me, "We need to tell you something." I said, "What happened?" He said, "This river you went in, you were filming there. That was the wastewater river." And that was really, to be honest, we supposed to filming 2 days after. I was just, thinking about the wastewater, and we were waiting to get sick, for the week or 10 days, and the production is going to be, off for a while, But fortunately, this has never happened, So we went through so many difficulties in this movie. Yeah.
So it's really interesting, and you worked really hard, took all the original locations and made this great film called Utopia. Really looking forward to it. At the same time, I want to ask, when you were making the film, of course you were filming, you just wanted to keep up with the story, with the location, and it was more for the creative satisfaction. But were you also thinking that this movie could give a larger message to the world in general?
I have a little statement for myself, when I made this movie, because I'm an immigrant myself. I moved from Iran to UK. It doesn't matter for a study or for but I moved for a study. But I'm an immigrant myself, and Utopia, they're talking about the immigrant and about the war happening in the third world country, and everybody trying to, to create the perfect world, for themselves, for their family. So that's a big message in this time of the, this time of the year. And I think, I hope, this perfect world happening very soon. I know it's not easy. And what with making Utopia, we were trying to show to the world, there is a possibility for us to, challenging and work with each other and to make it something happen. Doesn't matter if the destiny is taking us different direction, but we can still fight with destiny. So this is Utopia is about. We are fighting with the destiny to get what we want, because we believe, we can get anything we want. But sometimes destiny doesn't allow us. But at least we can try. If we try, we will achieve something, and we want to show to the world, this is possible, to do that. Doesn't matter if you even know the end wouldn't be succeed. So at least we need to try. We just keep trying and trying. So fortunately, Utopia went, so many different countries, and I'm really happy, we get very good response from people when they watch the movie, and I get so much email and from even social media, from Facebook and all these social connection with each other, and the people talking about it, and they're telling us good thing about the movie. So that's for me enough. For me is Utopia is paid off and Utopia is met.
That's a great message. I was reading about this film. It has some great credentials, some great credit. This was an official entry in Academy Awards from Afghanistan. Same with it was an official entry for the best film from Afghanistan, Golden Globe as well. So just wanted to know, you're from Iran and the actors are from everywhere, from Britain, from India, from Afghanistan. But why this film is the Afghanistan official entry?
Yeah, sure. As I said, the production, because the story is about Afghanistan, and the language of the main language of the film is Afghani language.
Okay.
Dari, because in Afghanistan they're speaking two different languages, Pashto and Dari. And also the financing and everything is coming there. The reason I get involved because of my situation, because I knew the cultural of the Afghanistan and culture of the the West, and was the easiest person to work with rather than some director which is not familiar with one culture.
Correct.
So and when this movie made, we had the comment on that, why the Iranian director should direct Afghani film, But I think this is no matter now, and on this time of the world, we need to work with each other, So you can see everybody get involved, we are part of each other, Doesn't matter I'm from Iran or somebody from Afghanistan. The production was from one country, and everybody coming in. If you wanted, if even this movie made with one Afghani director, but the concept of movie is not only Afghani people involved. There's the UK people involved. There's Indian people involved. The Indian language, English language involved in there. So it doesn't matter where is the director from, where is the writer from, where is the actress from. The main thing, we never break any rule, because the language of the film is Afghani, the production is Afghani, the producer is from Afghanistan. So the director is from different countries. Like a football team, can be from different nationality, but the actual, the company who's supporting the film is from Afghanistan. So we had to compete in Afghanistan with Afghani movies inside, which is, even the government of Afghanistan, they were supporting them. But the committee who were, qualified from Academy, they have to qualify people, who judge the film for official entry. So they decided this film qualified, from Afghanistan, and there is a better quality of the movie of other one. I don't want to name other movie, and they decided to send it. But when we had the competition, we were in Asian World Film, which the competition was only for all Oscar entries, the Asian film. So we got the Best Actress award over there. And
Wow.
I feel our movie Utopia could even one of the 5 the short list, but unfortunately on the very last minute of Academy decision, they said to us after they were trying to selecting the 5 top the short list of the Academy, they're telling us Utopia has so much English language. Because rule number 13 of Academy, they said, more than 50% of the film should be non-English language.
Okay.
Yeah, but the problem is, the way you're counting, if you're counting the scene, we are still more than 60% is non-English. If you're counting even the language, still we are, more than 50% is non-English. Golden Globe, the Hollywood Foreign Press Academy, they confirmed it. Our film is definitely more than 50% non-English language. So they were trying to fight with Academy, but they were too late. On the very, very last one, they were too late, and because they already decided, they were already told. And when the Hollywood Press, Hollywood Foreign Press Academy, Golden Globe, when they said, they definitely, Utopia is qualified, for more than 50% non-English. So they didn't want to come back again for their own word, So we couldn't fight as well, and so we just left it, see what's happened, and we can't fight with Academy, So if
Correct.
we say something, say something, So, and that was unfortunate things happened to us.
That's very unfortunate.
But the good thing is, they gave us so much, so much. There were people talking about this matter, and everybody wants to see what the Utopia about. So that's why, after this incident happened, so some distributor picked up the movie, and they got the movie. So hopefully the movie released worldwide.
Well, absolutely. And you're talking about movie as well, the subject, Utopia. The world is like a big home nowadays. Everybody is a part of this big home, So it doesn't matter where you're from, where the story comes from. It's about human. It's a human story. That's wonderful. That itself, actually, the name of the film justifies Utopia.
That's right, yes.
And well, we're really looking forward to see you here when you come here personally for the festival by Indie Meme, starting from 15th of April till 17th of April, and looking forward to see your film here and talking to you and meeting you. And at the same time, before we end, I would like to ask you: is there any message you want to give the audience? What should they expect from the film, and what should be the takeaway?
I would like people to get involved, with film festival. When I participate in film festival, especially in India, especially in India, because the part of our film was filmed in India, and we got so much interest in India. So many people getting involved, but in the west, area in the festival, so many people getting involved into the festival. I would like people who hear me, to get involved into the festival and supporting people, because some people, they're not thinking, some filmmakers, they're not thinking about the commercial movie. They're thinking about the real art movies.
Correct.
So people getting involved and come to the festival, and when we try to go to the festival, we usually choose the festival. We just say, okay, we want to go to this festival for this purpose. We want to go to that festival for that purpose. So I think, this festival is becoming, I would like people to get more involved in there and to come in and look for the movies, especially Utopia. And I'm sure, there's a great response, and I promise them something they never, there's something they're really glad to see, and they always go back home happy after watching the movie. It doesn't matter if the story is a happy end or no happy, but it's something we are talking about the good thing. We are talking about the perfect world. We are talking about something global, internationally, and I'm sure interested for people, and I would invite people to get involved, with the festival.
Well said. Well, thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to you, Hassan. And as I said, I really look forward to see you in Austin between 15th April and 17th April. And I wish you good luck for the film.
Thank you so much for your time. And I'm really happy again to get involved with yourself. And I'm looking forward to meet you. And happy again to talk about it, more and more and more, and try to get more people to know about Utopia, and hopefully we can create a Utopia.